All right, welcome back everybody. So this week I'm going to talk to you about a repair job that I'm doing, and I'm just trying to get a match on it. And I want to talk about the products I'm using and kind of the finishing schedule and kind of what the problem was with the job. So now this is a solvent finish, a lacquer based on my testing. And what has happened to it is the job's about 8 years old and it was done by another professional cabinet maker. Beautiful finish on it. But what happened is it's gotten water damaged and they've had an issue with it chipping in random places. Now they've asked me why that is, and as best I can tell, the original guy did a fine job. I think it might have just been an issue with, it could have been something was on the doors. You know, it could have been that they didn't use a sealer underneath pre-cat lacquer, which we're going to talk about in the coming weeks about the importance of that, using some type of either vinyl sealer or pre-cat sealer to help with the water resistance, because a lot of lacquers just aren't as water resistant as what you would think they are. So the products I have here, I'm using the Milesi 2K because they one of the best finishes on the market, and I'm gonna have to do some touch-ups inside the house. And then I have my Axalta 680 vinyl sealer, and then this is an Axalta product now, what was formerly Valspar Powdered Glaze to do my glaze. Now, all of these products I get from HGH Hardware. If you're interested in any of them, I will leave the 800 number, which is the Birmingham number, and you can get any of these products and they'll ship all over the country. So it's not a problem. So if you're interested in the Milesi 2K, now I'm trying to get them to bring me in some 1K stuff because I want to try that, because I've been having issues with my favorite CIC finish. Now I think I've got it figured out, but to me something's still not right with it, so I'm having to punt and do some other things. Now, I'm also going to be shooting this on an upcoming job in a couple weeks, and let me tell you, I really like this clear. Yeah, and this product you can shoot out of a turbine gun if you thin it and everything, and it just shoots beautifully and it lays out. I mean, it's really nice, guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, welcome back everybody. So this week we're doing something a little bit different from my normal testing, because this kind of goes along with testing and some of the things that you run into in the field. I was contacted by the people that own this because they said it was chipping off in places, kind of like this right here. And that, you know, they wanted to either, well, we first started off with, you know, refinishing their whole kitchen, and then she asked me about repairing the doors, and I asked her how many there was, and I said, well, you know, it would actually be cheaper for you just to repair those doors. So what we're looking at here is I've kind of tested this, and it looks to be a pre-cat lacquer. Now, all of this damage in most of these areas, except for a couple places, are where there was water. And we've talked about the sealers and stuff with water. And, you know, the question is did they use a vinyl sealer or not on this? And my guess is probably not, because had they used a vinyl sealer, I don't think that they would have had this problem. What I'm going to show you today is what we're going to end up doing is we'll save these doors and we'll chemically strip them, and then we'll go back. So what I'm doing is matching this door. Now I'm going to use a combination of solvent and water base because I have to go do some of the repairs in their house. So I just want to show you guys how I'm going to do this, because a lot of guys you know, are into the pinstriping and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of show you how that works and what products I use. So what I'm going to do is I've just got this door that I got from a designer friend of mine, and I'm going to spray 2 coats of vinyl sealer that match this color, and then I will do a coat. I'll seal that vinyl sealer off. We'll do our powder glaze, and then we'll put a top coat on it. So it's kind of a little bit of a process to do it, but that's the way we're going to do this to match this door, and I'll show you the results, and I'll show you the glazing. I'm not going to show you the spraying of the vinyl sealer. You guys know how to do that. So I got 2 coats of my vinyl sealer on. So what I'm going to do is lightly scuff this. Now in these areas in here, I use the surf prep material. However, sometimes you can still cut through. So what I will actually use is a red Scotch-Brite to sand these areas so that I don't cut through my sealer. Now with 2 coats on here, it shouldn't be an issue, but you got to watch these edges on that stuff. Now I'll use the pad in between here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a coat of my top coat on to seal this off so that I can put my glaze or my pinstriping on, and then I'll shoot another coat of clear over the top of that, and we'll be good to go. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Milesi 2K on this sample because that's what the client has requested. They want the ultimate in durability. So I'm going to, well, I've got the opportunity. I'm going to show you how I mix this stuff and kind of how to mix a 2K product. Now, this 2K product is not as sensitive as other ones that I've used in the past. I'm only going to mix up about 8 ounces because I don't have that much to shoot. Now, I'm only going to put 5% hardener in this as well. You can put up to 10, but 5 works as well. So when you add your catalyst to it, you want to agitate and spin while you're doing it. So you take your drill and just slowly spin, and I like to mix it up first a little bit in the cup, and then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of hardener in this. Now, some polyurethanes, if you throw it all in at one time, it'll shock it and it'll turn it into a clumpy mess. This one you can. I haven't seen any problems with it, but what I like to do is spin it and then just slowly add it a little bit at a time. So I'll add a little bit and make sure that gets mixed in really good. And then I'll add a little bit more. Now also there's some cross linkers that are this way. If you don't add them right and add them slowly, you can have an issue. Target coatings is one of those. Spin for a second and we'll come back in a minute. Now I just want to mention that you could seal this with shellac. I could use a clear vinyl sealer, but since I'm going to be using this top coat for a couple other doors that I've got to do, I'm going to go ahead and use my actual top coat, which will actually give me a little bit better chemical resistance and durability using the top coat. Again, like I said, it probably a speed factor, because the vinyl sealer dries so fast, would be to actually shoot a vinyl sealer, do your water base, glaze, and then do your top coat. So you could go that route as well. So I just wanted to point that out. All right, one thing I wanted to show you with y'all is that this product lays out really nice compared to a lot of other water base. It doesn't look nearly as bad. It looks kind of more like a solvent-y finish. So that's pretty cool about this product. Now that we've got our sealer coat done, and I will tell you that after doing it, it's way faster to just put a vinyl sealer on top of it and move on, because I had to wait an hour where I could have done it in 20 minutes. So next, what I've got is just my little JR glaze gun from CA Technology, the TR Junior. And what I've found is this just works really well. I modified a Harbor Freight one, and I've used other stuff, but I've done so many of these recently that it just really made sense for me to go ahead and get one. And all I'm going to do is kind of set it up. That's way too much. You just really have to get it to where you're barely pulling a trigger. All right, let's see where we're at there. That's what I want. and you can adjust your fluid with this thing. And I'm just going to go around and glaze this thing, all right? I'm going to put this in fast mode so I don't bore you to tears doing this. Okay, so I got it glazed up. Now, one of the things I'll tell you with this powder glaze is that the best thing to do is to let it dry and then wipe it off. If not, you just smear it everywhere and it's a mess. And the other thing you got to be careful of is take your perfection out the window to a degree. You just kind of have to go with it and do the best you can. This is like a hand done thing, and so you can't have every door that's going to be exactly perfect. But once you let it dry, you can come back and wipe it off and it'll look really, really nice. Now, basically to finish this up, and I'll just show you a finished shot at the end of what it looks like, is I'll let this dry, I'll wipe it down, do any touch-ups I need to do, and then I'll spray another coat of the clear on top of it, and we'll call it. I want to kind of give you a close-up. This is what we came up with. This finish is gorgeous. So the combined of the vinyl sealer and the Milesi with the powder glaze from Axalta, it's about as good as it gets, guys. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video this week. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, at Eric Reason. And also, I want to give a shout out to Matt Slater Painting on Instagram. Man, we've been going back and forth on a lot of stuff with water base, and it's been great to have some other guys to bounce ideas off of, you know, just improving. So give him a follow, and if you have questions about this, the Pigmented Milesi product, he's had real good luck with the airless. Now, I've about got it dialed into science on the air assisted, and I'm going to try his settings on airless, and I'm going to get back to you. I know a lot of guys are wanting me to do some stuff on the airless, air assisted airless, and I promise you I will, but I want to make sure that I got everything dialed in so that I can give you guys settings and things to look out for as I use the equipment. It's something that's newer to me, and it's been really frustrating because a lot of the conventional wisdom to me is wrong when it comes to water base, and a lot of other guys were finding that out. So you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching.